Hello, everyone. Welcome to American History Part 1. My name is Dr. Philip Travis, and I will be your instructor during this course. I did my PhD at Washington State University, and my specialization is in the United States and world history. And I'm very excited for this class. I think we will find this class an interesting and fascinating subject that will challenge probably some of our prior held notions about American history. So this is American History Part 1. So we'll be analyzing and examining American history from the arrival of Europeans following Columbus and the conquistadors up until the end of the American Civil War and the Reconstruction period. So we're going to look at the North American colonies, how the colonies expanded, how colonial life changed over time. We will look at the development of the institution of slavery in the North American colonies and how slavery shaped the development of racism and inequality in the United States. We'll look at the origins of the American Revolution and how the American Revolution led to a new experiment in representative society, the United States. We'll examine the first failed attempt at a government in the United States, the Articles of Confederation. We'll then examine the Constitution. We'll examine the early republic, the beginning of the two-party system, the roots of the two-party system, the War of 1812, democracy in America, the development of a slave society in the American South, and the development of industrial economics in the American North, and how these things sowed the seeds for a crisis in the country that eventually led to the American Civil War. We'll look at the roots of the Civil War, the big questions that led to that conflict surrounding the issue of slavery in the United States. And we'll look at the Reconstruction period as well, and think a little bit about how Reconstruction shaped the United States and created a new foundation for the promise of equality and justice in the United States. So I think you'll find this a very fascinating class, and a class that remains very relevant to Americans today in the 21st century. A little bit about how this course is, what to expect in the sort of development of this class. First of all, the class, I open all of your weekly sort of content modules. I open those weekly modules weekly. So this week, you'll expect week 1. Don't expect to see week 2 until the end of the day, Sunday, prior to the start of the second week. All of your assignments are due on the Sunday assigned, unless the due date is otherwise noted. Sometimes you do find different due dates, so pay attention to that. Sometimes I'll have a quiz, for example, like a video lecture quiz, and I'll make it due Thursday because I want you to have watched it earlier in preparation for upcoming related assignments. But generally speaking, assignments are due on Sunday. The assignments in the course, you'll have 3 tests in the course. There will be 1 short essay, and that's due towards the end of the term. We can talk more about that later as we move towards it. And I'll make sure we have all of the sort of material and information we need to really do well on that. There'll also be a series of quizzes in the class. And on some of the weeks, there will be assigned discussion boards as well. Now, when I assign those discussion forums, I want generally, always follow the directions, but I generally want you to be making 1 post, 2 replies, over 2 separate days of activity during the week when they're assigned, usually starting by Thursday. But make sure you follow this. When you follow the guidelines for that, when you click on the content area for the module for week 1, it'll open up and you'll see a readings and assignments page. You'll see a video lecture. Every week in class, I have a recorded video lecture for you. And the video lecture helps us to go over the material that we're reading about. Watch those video lectures. Sometimes I have quizzes only on the video lectures. The video lectures bring out information and explain information that appears on the test. So watch those video lectures. Take notes on those video lectures because I put those together to help you do well in this course. So every week there'll be a video lecture. Every week there'll be a video announcement like this. And so this is an example of our of a video announcement that we'll have every week. I'll explain things about the class moving forward. And also, with the video announcements, there will be associated extra credit activities to encourage us to watch these. And the way the extra credit works is each announcement I'll state a factoid, and to get your extra credit point, all you have to do is, after you've watched the announcement, go to the extra credit discussion board that you'll find in the content area for that week and simply post the summary for that factoid, and you earn bonus points added to a test score at the end of the term. The engraving that you see here is an engraving, by the way, of colonists attacking Narragansett Native American, or Narragansett, I should say, Narragansett Native American, Narragansett Native American fort in Rhode Island during King Philip's War, during 1675 and 1676. At the same time, in the American South, in the Chesapeake, Virginia, there was another uprising, not entirely dissimilar, called Bacon's Rebellion. And so in the 1670s, you were already seeing major conflicts occurring between colonists who were expanding and the friction and violence that ensued as their expansion threatened the livelihood of Native Americans who were already present there in the region. I will see everybody this week in the discussion forum, so you'll probably see me making a post or two in the discussion forum for this week. Feel free to reply to me. Replies to your professor, they do count. And be sure to watch the video lecture this week. Let's have a great term. Let's have a great week. Send me an email if you have any questions.